So guys, today we're going to be continuing our $50 CSGO inventory theme that we're doing over the next week or so. And today's theme is going to be green, if you can't tell by the gloves and the knife. So if you've been enjoying this sort of content and you want to see more of it, please hit that like button, please subscribe if you're around here, and let's dive in to the video. And to cover off the bat, this is 18 different skins that totals $49.64. These prices are accurate as the 14th of April when this video goes live. And the first option, we're going to kick off with the M4A1S. It's going to be a field test this Emphasaurus S for $4.10. This one for me, I've said it so much. I have a stat track field test version of this myself. It is the best budget M4A1S skin I think that exists. Maybe you can argue the Night Terror, but its price is so good for the detail on it. And I'm a Jurassic Park fan. I like dinosaurs. I like that they tied in that green, sort of orange and brown from the movies in it. It looks the part, it's super cheap. I love this as the M4A1S option. For the USB option, we're going to spend just over $1 and pick up a minimal wear flashback USB-S. This, for me, I think is like, along with the Ticket to Hell, like the best budget USB skin you can pick up. It just looks so nice. It's got the bore in the clutch, it's got the shush and the silencer. It just, so many little details that on a budget skin are fantastic. Then for the AK, we're going for my absolute favorite AK in the game at the minute across the board, and this is a field test ice cold for just over $18. Again, I've got a stat track field tested version, and what I'm going to note is this field test, if you're picking it up, you want to get the lowest foot possible for field test it, and it looks so clean, especially if you can get one with the wears on the back of the gun as well. That will looks the part. But this, like, obviously it's green and blue. The description for it is like the green into the blue. The green's more at the front of the gun, blue's more at the back, but it matches the gloves really nicely there at the front. And outside of getting like a green lamp, there's no other real AK options. This one is perfect. I love it so much. And if you're wondering why we haven't shown two M4s at the start, you'll get the M4A4 right at the end of the video because it's a little bit unique. For the Glock, I've picked up a Battle Scarred Nuclear Garden. I mean, outside of getting a Warhawk and putting some green stickers on it, there was very limited green options when it comes to the Glock. But a Battle Scarred Nuclear Garden, it does have that scoring on the top. It's a little bit rough, but overall that bright green still pops on it considering it's Battle Scarred, so that's kind of nice. Now the op is an absolute no-brainer, and you can probably tell by the thumbnail it was going to be the Theorist. This is just over $9 to pick up a minimal wear version. I'd say every time I've included that, I think I had it in the $25 and the $50 video for like the general budgets. It is the best budget op in the game for the level of detail on it. You've got like the scales on the scope, you've got the snake the whole way through the gun. It mind boggles me how cheap this is. It must be because there's so much supply, but this is the best budget op without a shout. I will die on that hill. When it comes to some of the skins you're going to see now, we've gone for some very cheap ones to get the 18 in, and it's mainly because there was no relatively well-priced options that we could squeeze in. You see this in the Deagle. We've gone for the Deagle Mudder because technically it's like a shade of green. However, it's not fantastic. This is one maybe that you just pick up so you have one, or maybe you rock the default until you can get like a better green Deagle. But I think you have to spend a fair bit of money to get a green Deagle. So that's the only main downside of like a budget green inventory in CS, is that it can be hard to find a Desert Eagle to use. Maybe you look for a revolver instead and just commit to that meta. The good option though is for like $50 you can pick up a minimal wear Galil Vandal, which again, this is what we were looking for when it comes to these sort of budgets. I could very easily do 6 different skins in a $50 budget and call it there. And that might get you the best of those 6. So like maybe I just go an AK, a Glock, an M4 USP, an OP, and a Desert Eagle. And I can just give you those and be like, there you go, this is your loadout because of the skins you're going to most commonly use. But I feel like we want to try and maximize that budget as much as possible. So I always aim to get at least 10 skins in. And it's guns like the Vandal at this $50 mark that make it possible. Much like the Desert Eagle, P250 has some very limited options, and we've gone for the 5-cent BOREAL Forest. I think this was literally the only option that I could go for in this price range. A See You Later could have maybe been squeezed in, and it definitely will be for the $100 budget, I think. But for the $50, how we're spreading it, this is your starting one. And for the sake of 5 cents, to pick this up and have it in the inventory, and maybe like one of your first upgrades along with a Deagle is like a P250. And we're sort of clearing through the super budget friendly ones at the minute. This famous Meow is here as well. It's lots of the cheap FAMASes aren't that great. You can't have to spend like $5 up on them to get anything of note, and when you're sort of making it work into a $50 budget, sometimes you don't have that to spend. But the Meow is green. You can pick it up to maximize the full green inventory. And like we always say, when I do these videos, I always find a skin that I didn't know existed, and the one in this time is the 5.7 Hotshot, and this is the minimum wear for $1.72. It does have some vibrant green details, so that meets the classification of being a green skin, and it actually looks kind of nice with these gloves, I'll be honest. Now, we'll somehow be changed on the leg here, but we're going to keep it rolling, and for the Scout, if you know me, there's only one real option for this, and it's going to be a minimum wear Spring TWILLY. It is under $1, and it's just a perfect green skin for this sort of inventory. Actually, even if you're spending $250, I'm probably going to still put this in. Now, when it comes to the jewelries, our lovely jewel Berettas, we go for the minimal well royal consorts. The gold and the green just works so well in this. And also what I like is that if you see, it's kind of like that. It is very much an emerald green on it as well. So there are emerald jewel Berettas out there, and they're super expensive, and it's because the whole thing's emerald. But this little touch of emerald, along with then this nice gold finish, blended stuff. The SG then also remains a bit of a no-brainer. It's going to be a Dragon Tech. In this case, we've gone field test it, and that's because I think I'm right in saying the Dragon Tech is very much a brightness skin. At least it definitely looks like that. For like, this doesn't look overly worn at all. Maybe the magazine a little bit on the backside. But you're picking this up for $1.20, which is absolutely cracking. And obviously you can get a minimal wear if you want to spend that extra $1 or $2. And then for the good old Tech 9, we're going to pick up a Bamboozle. I've had this one in videos before. I think there's very limited green options for Tech 9s in general, at least at a budget market, or a lower budget anyway. But I like this one because you actually see the bamboo effect on it. Like, it's called the Bamboozled. It actually has like a bamboo thing on the barrel of the gun. You can see the lines. It's just one of those ones that it ticks that silly little box for me that I absolutely love. Now, I feel like the Mac 10 might cause some controversy here because I'm going for the last dive and it's minimal wear for $1.70. But what you'll notice is mine isn't overly green and it's more orange. Now, obviously, I'm using like skin servers here to be able to generate these skins. This is the one I've generated for it, and it happens to be more orange. For context, guys, the last dive is a randomized pattern between this orange and the green. It's completely random, so you'll have to hunt to find one that has more green than orange, or maybe if you're happy with this mix, then you can run with it. But it was kind of the best option for a Mac 10 at this price. Just make sure you go and get a pattern that is mostly green is what I'd suggest. But you'll be pleased to know there's no messing around when it comes to the MP7, because we've got the Power Core minimal wear for $1.61. This is one that I only came across a couple of weeks ago, but I absolutely love it because it looks like a drill. It's a Power Core Power Tool drill. It's just one of those ones that I wouldn't want to pay crazy money for this, but picking it up for under $2. How bright the colours look and the fact that it is like a drill, I just love it. We're on to the second last skin now, and it's going to be the Deadly Poison MP9. This one's been worth for basically $1. Again, this is one where you, like much of the blue video, we're getting a skin that has green accents on it, but the base isn't green, but it still works in a green inventory. And now for the last skin, which as I mentioned is the M4A4, but it's a little bit unique because we're going to go for a magnesium minimal wear, which is actually a very cheap skin. It's under $1, and I actually have one with a Northcraft on it. But I'm going to go for NIP, the Ninjas in Pajamas, Armor Holocraft on it, which makes it look like this. And this is mainly because I wanted to include an M4A4, but there's outside of the Jungle Tiger, which is like $5 for a Battle Scarred one, which I don't want to pay, or like the lowest wear one, whatever it is. Not wanting to pay that in this budget for what it looks like. So we've gone for a magnesium, which is this like black and grey with a little bit of, say, white with a flame. But then the NIP stickers with that greenish yellow logo work quite well on it. And RMR stickers in general, the holos anyway, work quite nicely on the magnesium. Like I say, I actually have this with the North holos on it. But that's going to round off today's video. Guys, let me know in the comments down below which one out of all 18 skins we've just showed is your favourite. I imagine it's probably going to be either the AK or the AWP for most people. But let me know. It's always really interesting to hear. Also, let me know if you think I've missed any in this. Obviously, I've gone through different websites and just my general knowledge of the skins. I'm trying to pick out the best options I can to maximize the $50 budget, but maybe I have missed something, or maybe it's something you would have personally changed in it. That's always good to know. And from the red and blue videos, which are linked down below, I've had a lot of requests, so we know purple's going to come in the future because it's been requested a lot. But let me know any themes or budget requests in the comments down below. And then, as always, we have a new Discord now, so there's a dedicated skin channels inside the Discord. You can find the link for that in the description if you want to join and have some daily conversations about skins and CSGO in general. We'd love to have you in there. But thank you very much for watching. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and we'll catch you in the next one, guys. Goodbye.